All right, guys, so this week is kind of like the calm before the storm, you know? And, well, literally, we're kind of in the middle of a storm. It gets below freezing here in Texas, it kind of becomes a state of emergency. Everybody picks on us for it, but truthfully, we're kind of iced in right now, which is actually perfect because this week we're going to be organizing this mess of a shop. I've got tackle everywhere. We're going through all my new rods and reels, and we're getting everything rigged up to ready to go to Okeechobee this week, or actually we're going to be leaving this weekend and kind of get down there and getting settled in. But what I want to have done is I'm going to go through all my rods and reels and have everything rigged up for what I think I need at Okeechobee. And then I'm also going to have everything rigged up for what I feel like I need when I get back here to Sam Rayburn for the Invitational, because those tournaments are back to back. There's not going to be a lot of time in between. So I'm going to be going through all this tackle, basically organizing everything for not only these two events coming up, but really for the rest of the season, where we can flow right into everything and we'll be rocking and rolling and make sure we have everything we need to be successful. We've got a big challenge ahead of us, going to a lot of different fisheries. You're going to be using a lot of different techniques. And, that's kind of the challenge of fishing that many tournaments and being successful, I feel like, in the opens, because going to 9 different fisheries, you've got to have a pretty big variety of different techniques and tactics, and you got to be comfortable with all of them. So this is the week that we're going to be going through all of this stuff and making sure, we're prepared for the season. The boat's at the shop, dropped it off today. It's getting wrapped, and it'll be back, I think, on Thursday. We're going to do a couple podcasts this week, kind of catch up on some media stuff, but we're going to be rocking and rolling. So I'm just going through here. This is all stuff I'm getting ready for Florida. I've got several different pitching sticks here, all rigged up with custom light, shallow skipping and pitching reels. I've got the new Hyper Mags here. I've got them set up for throwing a frog. I'm throwing this custom light SP here on, this is going to be just kind of like throwing around an Ocho and stuff. So I'm just going to go through all the different scenarios that I feel like I might run into at Okeechobee, make sure I'm prepared for that. Then we're going to get the cranking stuff, some big Carolina rig rods, stuff like that rigged up for Rayburn when we get back. So. I'm just looking through and seeing what I got. So I've got 2 pitching reels. So that's going to be for, like, if we get a cold front, I'll start punching. Got to use a big weight. Actually, have a punch, and then I got 3 of those Magnum hammers right there, which I'm going to use for just pitching around isolated targets. All those are on skipping and pitching reels. And then I've got 1 7'1" skipping reel that I can also use for skipping, pitching at shallow, like individual targets. Obviously, we'll be at Okeechobee. And then, so I've got my 2 frog rods right there on Hyper Mags, and then I've got 7/6 swim bait, which I'm gonna use for reeling around a cutter worm. I got my 2 top waters. What else could I possibly catch one on Okeechobee? Last time I had somebody filming with me in Okeechobee, just so you know, I ripped the treble hooks out of a jerk bait in his thigh. So, like, I went to cast, and when I did, like, man, something didn't feel right. I was like, my bait just kind of dipped out there, and I was like, I looked back, and I looked at him, and he's like, man, I think you hooked me. And I was like, what? He's like, yeah, I think you hooked me. So I reeled my bait back in, and he's just standing there, and he didn't want to move. And I was like, what's wrong with you? I reeled my bait back in, and it had no treble hooks on it. And he's like, he looked down, and it done freaking ripped the treble hook out into his leg, out of the bait. I couldn't get the treble hook out of him, so I was like, all right, we got to try to pop it out. We're in the middle of Okeechobee. There ain't nothing around here, so I didn't want to quit practicing. He only had like 1 day left. So I went over there and I freaking yanked on that sucker, tried the line trick, and it didn't come out. And he like turned white as a ghost. He's like, man, that hurt really bad. He's like, man, that hurt really bad. I'm like, and Tanner, we're gonna no, it's Travis with me. I said, Travis, we're gonna have to. He's like, man, try it again. So I freaking yanked as hard as I can with that line, and I wasn't doing it right. Like I wasn't holding the hook right or something, and it didn't come out again. And he like started to pass out. I see Jim Tutt was across the bay, and I'm running over there as fast as I could. And I was like, Mr. Jim, we in a bind. Like, come on over here. He tied monofilament around it and popped it right out like it wasn't nothing. That was not a good day for poor old Travis.
Caught you a cameraman.
I did. I ripped the treble hook clean out that bait.
taught you how to tie that knot, Dakota?
Kevin. It was really a joint effort. Kevin tried, Casey tried, Jonathan tried, and Marty tried. And I think I took a little bit out of each one of their lessons and finally figured out this is really kind of Kevin's way of tying it. But I took a little bit from each one of them. It took a solid week at Cayuga 2 years ago for me to get this thing down. I had some pretty good teachers, I'd say.
Yeah. Got it now.
I got it now. It took me a while though. It really did take me a while to perfect it. I can't believe that I almost won Cayuga 2 years ago tying this knot that could have come undone at any point in time because it probably wasn't done right. So, alright, we finally have all the rods and everything ready for Okeechobee, so we've got them here. I've got everything over there rigged, ready for Sam Rayburn whenever I get back. And now, tackle. This is gonna be a couple day project because I've got a lot of other stuff coming in. This is only just a portion of it. This is basically everything that I pulled out of my boat. I've just, by the end of the year, you kind of throw stuff around, stuff gets jumbled around, unorganized. So over the next couple days, we're gonna start really organizing tackle, getting everything set up, ready to go for Okeechobee. Florida setup is obviously gonna be totally different on the tackle side of things than what I'll be doing for the rest of the year for the most part. So we'll get all the Florida stuff separated, organized, ready to go in the boat when I get it back. And then we'll get everything else organized as well. So we're gonna work on that for a little while, and then whenever Gene gets back home, we're actually gonna go fishing for a little bit because I am dying to get on the water. So we're gonna run down below. Well, I'm not gonna tell you where we're going because it's my secret little spot, but people around here would kill me if I told everybody where we were going fishing this afternoon.
I heard you were coming. I get up, cook biscuits, eggs, bread, sausage, pork chops, and you don't show up.
Can't believe I missed it.
See, that kind of stuff don't happen whenever guests aren't here. Like,
Yeah.
you don't cook for me like that. Joe shows up, they roll out the red carpet. Russell shows up, we got a full freaking breakfast going on. Now they're cooking you a 5-course meal for dinner, and I don't get that kind of treatment. And the funny thing about that is he fusses because his wife don't cook for him whenever I'm not home, and I fuss because he don't cook for me whenever y'all ain't here. So it's just a big revolving cycle.
Life is not fair.
No, it ain't.
What's the game plan?
Ready to go fishing?
All right, let me go unload the groceries so I can cook for you tonight.
See you in a bit, James.
It's gonna be a player at Rayburn here in a couple weeks, so keep these handy. I'm gonna bring a few down there to Florida, but these hybrid hunters are great. This is the hybrid hunter shallow right now at Rayburn. The water level is super low, so a lot of the grass lines are pretty low, or the grass lines are really high to the surface. So this hybrid hunter shallow is probably gonna be a big player, I'd say, in the Invitational coming up here pretty soon. Gotta keep them handy. It's probably my favorite color right here. It's a Phantom, watermelon Phantom. It's in my hand now. Gene, you've been living here so long you done forgot how to operate here.
Put in the clean food.
You didn't bring no boat snacks?
I thought we were going like after lunch. I didn't know we were going tonight.
Here.
Gene forgot the snacks.
Watch your head. Barely reached the gas pump. Woo, I'm gonna tell you right now, my toes got wet today. I'd be no go. I'm going back to the house. Got no snacks. Nothing's gonna surprise me with you, Gene.
Well, I was trying to get in a hurry to get out here.
This ain't a Marlboro commercial. Take the cigarette out of your mouth. We can't have that in there. What did you do?
Hook the battery back up.
You need that red on the red and the black on the black. Positive and negative, baby. We'll be rolling here in a minute.
Okay. two for me, two for you, and two for Russell.
Thanks, Gene.
Unbelievable. I knew they were hidden in here somewhere.
Here.
Hold on, I got fish to catch. Yeah, throw there, Gene. Found a school of them. Oh, he come off. Two of them. Doubled up. Them little chunks. That's why I love living here. We can run out in the afternoon, catch a couple bass, we can go deer hunting, we can do all kind of stuff. We can get a hook in our hand too. That little chunk. We figured we'd run out. We've been cooped up. You know, like I said earlier, whenever it gets below freezing here in Texas, we enter a state of emergency. So we've been cooped up for a couple days. Nobody wanted to get outside. And it finally got above freezing and the sun come out, so we figured we'd go fishing for a little bit.
I caught on a trout the other day. Snagged in the back fin.
Goodness,
About
Gene.
15 minutes.
Too much live scoping, Dakota.
I know.
All these laydowns.
Yeah.
Spinner bait,
That's
square
exactly
bill.
what I was fixing to say.
Go down the bank.
Drag a spinner bait through them.
Oh, them crappies. Could have caught dinner. Shoulda, woulda.
Brand new line on there and you screwed it up.
It just started backlashing.
Yeah, they had a reverse dog ain't catching, I don't know why.
Y'all saved me a cracker. Well, Gene didn't bring any snacks, so we're cutting our fishing trip short. At least we got to catch a couple.
Years ago. Come on back a little more.
I did put one on a ramp before in the ice. Yeah, Gene did. Gene's didn't fly off the trailer. You pulled it up the ramp.
It had a plate, I guess it rehooked and the winch was undone. And when I hit the end of that winch, that nylon strap stretched and it just drug it. The motor was plumb up out of the water.
Really?
Yeah, brand new champion. About 2 weeks old.
Yep. Gene tell you the story about the van and the boat?
I told him about mine. Yeah, when I drug it up the ramp.
I'll give y'all a lesson too. Whenever you put your boat in the water and it's below freezing, and you take your trailer out and then you go try to do it again, whenever that trailer's froze, your boat will leave that son going like a hockey puck. My first new boat that I ever bought, I was at Rayburn at Caney, and I went back down the ramp. My trailer was frozen. I'd unhooked it and then went straight off onto the ramp. Terrible deal. Hey, you want to run your jack plate down?
Yeah. Motor straight.
I think.
I gotta get another motor shoulder. Scratching my motor.
You can just put a towel right there every time you do it.
Yeah, I'm gonna
You
go
got
ahead.
bungee cord? Or you just leave it
It
like
won't
that?
come off.
It won't come off till it does. Alright, that's the wrap on today. You know, we've got some tackle done. Got out here and fished for a little while. You know, we've been stuck inside for a few days, so we're gonna get back home and get some food cooked. I know Joe, I know you're ready to get on that pit. I know you're ready to get that. We got
That's
some
right.
we got some deer meat thawing out. Put it on the Weber grill this afternoon, and we're gonna eat some food and then get back to work on tackle on the shop. But we're getting ready, guys. We're counting down the days till we get on the road, so I'm excited. Thank you, Gene, for taking us fishing. Him and that cigarette, he's got to get that out. Kids, don't smoke. Don't do that. Don't do that.